because as a Black writer, it's like I knew when I submitted my book that I wasn't going to win for exactly this reason. And it's the exact same reason why I decided that I did not want to even query We Are the Origin. Hey you guys, what's up? So, editing Chelsea here to just pop in and say that I actually did record a bunch of stuff for this vlog and this writing update, but as I was editing it, I was just like, only a little bit of it is interesting. So all you need to know is that I did a lot of writing. I got a lot done. I got chapter 7, 8, and 9 written, and we're just gonna jump into the interesting stuff. So yeah, that's it. Enjoy. Hey you guys, what's up? So quick writing update. Today is Saturday the 29th and it's a little right before 9 o'clock. So normally I am not up this early, but situations. Mostly I was up to go to the bathroom and I got a notification that Morgan Lee was doing a pop-up sprint on her channel, and since I have an author panel that I'm going to be on later today, I was like, let me go ahead and get up, let me go ahead and be productive. So a couple of things that I want to get done. I am going to go ahead and get my calendar together since I'm at my desk. I'm just going to go ahead and add the stuff from last week that I didn't get done onto next week. And then I am going to grab myself some tea. And I think I mentioned yesterday in my update that I had about 1,700 words in a scene that I needed to rewrite. So I am going to be working on that in the sprints today. Mostly because I don't know if I've ever explained this, but with Dabble, you can include your days off. So in Dabble today, I don't actually have a writing goal because I don't set that I'm going to actually write on the weekends. So I'm going to use this time to go ahead and rewrite that scene and hopefully add some more to chapter 8, and then we will go from there. So yeah, first things first is tea, then calendar, and then jumping into these sprints. Morgan's doing 30-minute sprints, so hopefully I'll have time to actually get a bunch done. But yeah, that's it. I will check in with you guys later, and if you're writing, I hope that you are able to be productive. So yeah, later. Hey you guys, what's up? So quick update. It is currently January 30th. It is a little bit before 9 o'clock, and I normally don't write this late, but today was an interesting day because I didn't get a whole lot done like I had planned to. So after dinner, I was just like, you know what? My word count for Dabble is like 2,600 words for me to stay on track. And I'm like, realistically, I could probably get in at least, 1,000 words before I go to bed. That way my word count doesn't get too out of control. So I'm going to try to go ahead and do that. And the goal is honestly to just write until I get tired enough to go to sleep. So I've already gotten comfortable for the night, and I'm just gonna like get as many words until they don't make sense anymore. So that's the goal. And I'm currently working on chapter 9, and my word count goal for the whole scene, the whole chapter, is around 4,000 words. So hopefully I can at least get through half of that tonight, if not the whole thing if I'm being ambitious. But we will see how that works out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these words in, and I will talk to you guys later. Hey you guys, so I am back with another update. So it is now the 31st of January and it's like 3:30-ish. It's been kind of a long day for me. I actually did stay up last night and I wrote a lot. So I got like collectively around 4,000 words. So I got the entirety of chapter 9 written last night before I went to sleep, which is great. You know, love to make progress. But I stayed up way later than I normally do, and now I am tired. But the thing is, I have things that I have to do during the day, so I'm like, I can't just, today at least, I can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna like sleep late and not do anything. So I have been doing some of the necessary things that I absolutely needed to get done. By the time you guys are watching this, my podcast episode, Rants and Rambles, on the Between the Reads podcast is going to be out. It's going to be live. So that came out today, so I spent some time just making that available. I posted it on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, and I reposted Audra's post from Instagram. So I posted it everywhere, so if you didn't see it, you're not following me. Anyway, that was such an amazing conversation. I love Audra so much, y'all. I really do. She is an amazing human being, and she really puts in the work to like uplift and support Black indie authors, and that energy just like resonates so wholly with me, because let me tell y'all, there are really people out here on the internet who will say one thing and mean another, and they say they're all about Black authors until it comes to like clout, until it comes to recognition, until it comes to name recognition, you know? And it's just kind of like, for me, I love Audra so much because she is like, we are really birds of a feather. And it's just like, we are so much on the same page when it comes to uplifting Black authors and supporting them and like really being about that life. And y'all, she's amazing. So if you take nothing from this vlog, please go listen to her podcast and support her, because she truly is amazing. So I say all that to say that, I am exhausted, you guys. I'm really happy that I got all these words in, and chapter 9 is kind of like a kickoff chapter for what's going to be happening in, I guess, Act 2. Oh my God, it feels so weird to say that, because I'm not the type of author who breaks down my book into like, this is Act 1, this is Act 2, this is Act 3. But I guess if I had to put it like, this is really like the kickoff point of like Act 2, end of Act 1. And I am having a lot of fun writing Brandy's character, because she's going through so many changes in this book, and like Sarah is too. So it has been a wild ride kind of writing them, and it's been such a journey to like just kind of see how the story is evolving naturally on its own, because where I thought the story is going to go is not where it's currently going. And it's like a good thing, but it's also just like, wow, like I am really, I don't know, I'm really excited, and I am hopeful that people will enjoy it, and that this book will have as much impact on people as book 2, and it will like continue to like, I don't know, make positive ripples in the world. That's all I want. I just really want my book to reach the people who like honestly and truly want it, and for it to come to them at the right time. Just like I've had certain books in my life come to me at the right time. That's what I want for my books. I want it to be like, this is for you. This is the book that you needed. This is the book that you got. And it was everything that you needed in that moment, you know? That might be a tall order, but that's just like kind of where I'm at. And it's so interesting, I guess, because yesterday, I guess, a little bit of backstory before I tell you guys this. Back in August, I submitted my book for the Writer's Digest ebook awards or whatever. And I was just like, I'm not really big on awards or whatever, because like truly the reason that I write books, the thing that keeps me going is I just really want people to enjoy my books. I want them to read them, and I want them to enjoy them. And if I know that, and I know that my book is resonating with people, that really and truly is enough for me. Like, I'm not being funny. But one of my friends, she was like, you should submit your book. Your book is amazing. And I was just like, I'm not going to win no awards. What are you talking about, homie? And she's like, no, your book is really good. You should submit it. You should submit it. And I'm like, okay, cool, fine. I've never submitted my book for an award. So I was like, I'll do it. I'll go ahead and do it. So I just had to go with the Writer's Digest one, because I was like, even if I don't win, they do like actually read your book and send you back a review or whatever. And I was like, cool, this will give me an idea of how my book is falling in like this professional world. Like, there's a professional who's out in this bookish world who will be actually reading and reviewing my book and letting me know what they think about it. And I got that review back yesterday. And y'all, it's so interesting being Black and a writer. And the reason I say that is because it was just like so much of the review was like, this book is amazing. This book is like wonderful, but I didn't get it. And I'm not saying that to be funny, because that's like really what the review was. It was just like things like, you know, they didn't understand some of Brandy's reactions and how she was interacting with like Jack and Noble and Sarah, and how her reactions with them were different than how she reacts with the gods. And I'm like, I don't know, in my mind, I'm like, she has nuance. Like, you don't treat everyone in your life exactly the same, and Brandy doesn't either. But they were like, that takes away from it. And then they were like, I had really good descriptions, but there were, you know, there's violence in the book. You know, there are depictions of people like being, you know, removed or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, the book is about assassins. Like, I kind of made that clear from the very beginning. And it was just like, okay. And then they were like, the names were complicated. And I was just like, okay, maybe like Asari and Karna and Roth were like kind of tricky. No, you guys. So the names that tripped them up were like Green and Grim Reaper and Noble and Najee. And I was like, I literally have the simplest names for a fantasy book, because all the names are short. Like, that's intentional. The gods all have 5 letters in their name, and there are 5 gods. So most of the names in the book have 5 letters. There are some names that have 6 letters. There are some names that have 4. But for the most part, every name in the book is 4 to 6 letters. The only ones that don't apply to that rule are the ones that are not from the realm, and that would be the time beings. And I'm just kind of like, what? It's just that he cited Green, and I say he like very vaguely or whatever, right? I don't know if it was a man or a woman. I don't know anything about the reviewer or the judge or anything like that, but it was just that the reviewer was just like, yeah, Green tripped me up, and Grim Reaper. And they also listed the name of like an item, like it's an acronym for an item in the story. And I'm like, this isn't even a character. I don't I don't know what's happening. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all, the thing that got me, that was just like, it just tripped me up so bad and tickled me was they cited that the only like grammatical error in my book is there's a moment in chapter 12. The sentence reads, keep her name out your mouth, right? And mind you, I wrote this before the Will Smith thing, but they were like, it was a grammatical error because I was missing the word of. I didn't write keep her name out of your mouth. I wrote keep her name out your mouth. And they were like, that's a grammatical error. And I'm like, what? Anyway, I share all that with you guys to say that it's really interesting being a Black writer. It's wild because it's just like, you can have a really dope book, because literally they had nothing but glowing things to say about my book otherwise. Let me actually pull it up. Hold on. Okay. So I just pulled it up, and what the first thing that is on this review, it says, this book is exemplary. Yeah. This book is exemplary in its structure, organization, and pacing. The structure of the chapters parts aid in a compelling organization of the story or information, and the pacing is even throughout and matches the tone and genre of the book. Like, exemplary for structure, organization, and pacing. And it was just like, it goes like this throughout the whole thing. It's like, there's nothing wrong with the structure, the organization, or the pacing. The book has no spelling, punctuation, or grammar errors outside of the thing that I told y'all, like keep her name out your mouth, which isn't an error. That was intentional. And then the thing that got me was they also said that they didn't like the cover because the cover is colorful, but the 2 up and down faces is odd. It isn't until halfway through the story that the reader will realize who the 2 similar faces belong to. And I was just kind of like, is that a thing? Like, I'm pretty sure you find out exactly who is on the cover from the synopsis on the back of the book. And the first character that you meet is literally Freya. I don't know. It was interesting. But I say all that to say that it's wild to have people compliment your book and in the same breath be like, I didn't get it. I didn't get the cultural significance of some of the lines. I didn't understand the names. They felt confusing. I didn't understand why the cover was designed the way that it was designed. And it was just like, yeah, like, and it was one of those things where I talk about it on the podcast with Audra. So if you haven't heard the rant and rambles for January 2023, you should definitely go listen to it, because I say something, and I'm going to say it here, but I said it really well on the podcast, I think, because I wasn't like dead tired. But it's this thing where it's just like, you know, I am so proud of my book and what I have put out in the world. And I know that at this point, the way I feel about my book, I'm like, this is the absolute best I could have done at this moment. Like, this book is something that I am proud to have my name on, and it's something that I know I put all of my talent and effort into, and I'm like, I'm happy with it. I'm absolutely happy with every aspect of my book. And I'm like, and this is not, I don't know if it's ego or if it's just like, no, this is just me being real. Like, if someone doesn't like the book, I'm like, okay, well, that's a you thing. That's not a me thing. It's not because I didn't write a good book. It's not because my book isn't well written or interesting or intriguing. That's a you thing. If you don't like assassins, if you don't like black girls with nuance, if you don't like, you know, gods and the way the world building is set up in my story, that's cool. I'm not mad at you, but that's a you thing. That's not a skill. That's not a craft thing. And it's really cool because, like, I feel like this review just confirmed that for me. Like, it's not a craft thing. It's literally just a personal perspective thing. And I guess it's just interesting because as a black writer, it's like I knew when I submitted my book that I wasn't going to win for exactly this reason. And it's the exact same reason why I decided that I did not want to even query We Are the Origin to try to get it traditionally published, because I'm like, I know who I wrote my book for. And I know who I'm going to continue to write books for. And I know that who I am writing books for is not who traditional publishing caters to. And I am not going to change, alter, modify, or alter my story in any way to cater to a gaze that is for people who don't look like me. I write the books that I wanted when I was a kid. So that is what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to continue to do. And in case you have not seen me on the internet, I write books about black girls who aren't all that nice. I'm going to continue to write books about black girls who aren't all that nice. And I'm going to have a damn fun time doing it. But yeah, so that's just kind of where I'm at. I have a couple more things that I have to do today before I can go take a power nap. One of those things is I'm actually going to be recording the podcast because that comes out not next week, the week after that, but my wonderful husband is editing the podcast for me now. So I have to actually record it ahead of time. And since he's recording it, it takes a little bit recording it. Since he's editing it, it takes a little bit of pressure off of me. So I'm going to go ahead and record that. And then because I wrote chapter 9 last night, I'm going to go back and like look at it in the light of day, run it through like a quick word processor, make sure that I still like it. And if I do, I'm going to send it off to Ben because he's my primary feedback provider, and then go from there. And then I also have a meeting at 8 o'clock tonight. Time zones, man, wild. But I have a meeting and I'm really excited about that because I don't really talk about the Melanin Library a whole lot on these like vlogs, updates or whatever, but something that I think I have mentioned is that I have been working on like upgrading the Melanin Library, and I've been working with a web developer and he has updated the website, and y'all, I'm so excited. There are so many little things that go on behind the scenes, and he has been updating them to make them better, and he's been updating the website, and he's been updating the database, and I am so freaking excited to like reveal that to you guys because hopefully prayerfully there is going to be a lot of new features with the Melanin Library that is going to be, I'm hoping, really cool. There are a lot of things that I want to do with the Melanin Library that are kind of in the works. So today is one of the first meetings in order to hopefully bring you guys some really cool things either at the end of this year or beginning of next year, because things of large scales take time, and that does not work for my my immediate gratification needs, but it's been a work in progress, and I hope it continues to be a work in progress. But slight plug, if you do want to support the Melanin Library, it's an online database of books written by Black authors, and the whole purpose of the website is to uplift Black authors, because being Black on the internet is wild, but also being a Black author in a space that is very, very traditionally white. It's just kind of like, if you want to be seen, you kind of have to do a lot of work, and a lot of times readers find it difficult to find books by Black authors. And in an effort to make diversifying bookshelves an easier experience, the Melanin Library exists. It's a resource so that you can find books. So if you're looking for a paranormal romance by a Black author, you can just go to that genre on the website, and you don't have to do the research yourself to be like, is this author Black? Like, yes, if they're on the website, they are Black. And it just helps, because it's like, when you're looking for characters who look like you, or you're looking to support authors who look like you, it's a lot easier to do that on the Melanin Library. Or if they don't look like you and you're trying to diversify your bookshelf, you're trying to be a better human being and read outside of your own experience, then the Melanin Library is also there for that. And by using the links on the Melanin Library, you're helping to support the Melanin Library. The goal is to continue to expand the library and hopefully be able to expand it out into a larger community. But that takes moderators, and that takes a little bit of outsourcing, because I am one person and I can't do everything. So all that to say, I will leave a link to the Patreon down below. And just if you are curious, yes, there are two separate Patreons. There's one for the Melanin Library, and then there's one for me. The one for me is for my books. That helps me cover for my cover artist. That helps me cover for my editor. That helps me cover for all the little expenses that it takes to be able to sell my books direct, yada, yada, yada. So if you like me, my books, and you would also like extra content, because I am starting to post more on my Patreon, especially as it pertains to like writing and publishing, then for sure, check it out. Yeah, that's that. I think I've been rambling long enough in this little section of talking, so I'm going to go. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys in this writing update, I got like 4,000 words. I think I said that. Psh, y'all, I'm tired. I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey you guys, so a really quick update because I am like exhausted. Today is February 2nd, and this will probably be the last update for this vlog. My goal for today is 2,700 words minimum, but I'm aiming for 4,000 because Ben said if I get 4,000 then we can get food and I can get myself expensive coffee, so that's what I'm aiming for. I just finished sprints on my channel, so I got roughly 1,500 words during that sprint. We did 3 25-minute sprints, so that's pretty good. And I am doing sprints on Ash's channel a little bit later today, so I'm looking forward to that. And I also have a meeting in like the next 3 minutes with my developer for the Melanin Library, and today's the day. So the Melanin Library is officially transitioning from the old structure to the new one today, and I'm really excited about that, but I'm also really tired. So the goal for today right now is to have this meeting, transition the website, take a nap, do these sprints, get these words in, earn myself some food and coffee, and then I am done. I am not doing anything tomorrow. I have no meetings tomorrow, and I am looking forward to the rest. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Let me know how you guys are doing. I probably will not be back for an update. Just assume that I was successful. Just assume that I was successful. There we go. But yeah, that is it for this vlogging update. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you did, if you met your goals, if you accomplished your writing, what you're working on, so on and so forth down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, go hit like, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.